listening to the How I Met Your Mother podcasts.
How is that?
Opinion. I like it because I like listening to the creative stuff. And that's
Is that kind of what they talk about?
They're talking like to Neil Patrick Harris. The other one, they had Bob Saget on. I really like Bob because he's the voice of older Ted.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, so he does all the voiceovers.
Oh,
so that was
okay.
kind of cool because they went through the whole thing where he comes in and does his recordings and his sense of humor and the stuff. And then he's like, I've always wondered why. He's like, Josh Radnor, Ted is an adult. And he's like, I don't know why they've called me in to be his voice in 20 years. So he's like, what is he going to? He's like, I figured out. He's like, I talked to Josh's doctor. He's actually going to have the voice of I don't know what he said in 20 years, of a 80-year-old Jewish woman. Anyways, it's Bob Saget, but it's kind of funny. So
here's one of my favorite bits ever. The
wow, mom upside down.
Yeah. Wow is a really neat word.
Yeah.
Wow backwards is wow. Wow upside down is mom. And mom upside down is dad's favorite thing.
Yeah.
And speaking of favorite things, we have a favorite brewery that is doing another collaboration. They're doing a lot of these.
Yes, they do.
And that is what we have for this Give It a Shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com, your source for, what did I used to say? Your source
for the sharing of beverage news, knowledge,
and of course, the beverages themselves. Yes.
You haven't said that in a long time.
I haven't. Well, we kind of, we streamlined.
Well, and that was always reserved kind of usually for the podcast. The full-length podcast.
Which we will get back to.
We are going to get back into those. We've got some great ideas for things. Did you see
what?
I threw up a idea the other day for a podcast on our Google Doc. Did you see what it was?
No.
Oh my gosh, for the first time. What do you think about this? Gluten-free beer.
We could do that.
That seems to be getting a lot of traction. I noticed even Dogfish put one out the other day.
Okay.
There's a whole brewery that only does gluten-free beer, and now this is obviously something, thankfully, not an illness or an issue that I have to deal with, but it seems to be prevalent. I get emails, actually at Arbuckle, quite often where people ask about coffee.
Is it gluten-free? Yeah.
Is it gluten-free? Are your flavors, your extracts that you use on your coffee, are they gluten-free? Different things like that.
Yeah.
So it's for celiac disease, isn't that what it's called?
Yes.
So that's definitely become very prevalent. So that was an idea I had the other day. So I want to see how that works. Let's get back to the beer, though.
Let's do that.
What do we have for the beer?
Well, we have a Stone does these collaboration brews with other breweries, and this one they are doing with Elysian Brewing. Where are they from? I don't know. They are, it doesn't say, but from the brewery, and also with the brewery, which I know is out of Placentia, California.
They are out of Seattle, Washington.
Oh, so they've gone to Washington for this collaboration as well. So you've got San Diego, Placentia, Washington, and
Placenta. Wait, what does that have to do with
Placenta.
anything? Oh, okay.
And Seattle connection going on here. So
what kind of beverage is
this? This is called La Citrueille, I would say, Citrueille Celeste, and ale brewed with pumpkin, yams, toasted fenugreek, lemon verbena, and birch bark.
Yeah, that should be interesting.
Let's get right to it.
Now, the brewery, we've had a couple things from.
We have. Yes, that's true.
Or at least one. I've had
the Trade Winds.
I've had two. The Trade Winds Triple, really like that. I had the Autumn Maple, which I was so excited for. It was yams. It was, all these different things, spices. I thought, oh, man, this is going to be great. Just went way too far for me on the sweet. It was just way too much more toward the sweet. It was that kind of super candied sugar flavor, and then it was, the Belgian triple, all that kind of stuff going there. It was so sweet and just went on and on. And always, I appreciate what you're going for. Just it didn't work for me.
And we had their Orchard beer we bought. I bought that.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the one that we did after we had a tasting at Total Wine. So yeah, we've had some things from them, and
that Orchard was good.
Yeah, I think we did like that. But Elysian, I don't think I've had anything from them, and well, of course, Stone. Our unabashed love for Stone is pretty much well known by all of our regular listeners. So keep meaning to go get more chai cola, and I just never make it over to Cost Plus.
Speaking of expectations, I don't know why I didn't think it was going to be dark like that for some reason.
I wasn't thinking about it either, but yeah. So I said light, like a iced tea or cola, kind of.
Exactly. Brown. Yeah, probably more toward tea.
Yeah. Definitely get the spices.
Yeah, and speaking of that, kind of some almost chai-like spices.
That's what made me think of the chai cola.
Yeah, that is so good, that Taylor's Tonics, that chai cola, that was good. And that Curiosity Cola from Fentiman.
Yeah, that was good.
That was very tasty. They need to make, as we said in that podcast, little larger bottle, slightly cheaper.
Yeah.
Just a few pence.
I get the pepper, which is, I think, the fenugreek. I think that's pepperish, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to have the good folks. Not fennel, fenu.
Oh, and toasted fenugreek, no less. That smells very nice.
Yeah.
That's a very nice complement of spices.
Good so far.
Not too, not too one way or the other, just a nice blend.
It definitely has a warm spice, not like cinnamony, clovey, spicy, but there's a warm.
It's gingery.
Yeah, that's it. Gingery, definitely. Yep.
That's in there. I'm kind of surprised. I thought the yams would bring a little bit more to the party body-wise, because usually they do pumpkin and yams and those kinds of, squash, those things like that. Usually that's kind of what they bring to the table. They're not bringing a lot of flavor. They kind of add to the body or a little bit of that kind of heft or oiliness or something,
Yeah, I don't really get it.
I'm not really getting much of that.
Yeah.
It's actually drying out the middle of my palate, a little bit salty toward the front, and then just kind of those nice spices, which I like at the very end. They're not overdone. It's just the right amount.
Kind of comes back down.
Kind of wraps around a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. With that warmth. I wonder if that is the fenugreek. We have to look into what fenugreek actually is, and birch bark.
Used both as an herb and as a spice. The leaves and sprouts are also eaten as vegetables. Frequently used in the preparation of pickles, curry powder, and curry paste.
So it's probably going to have some heat. That's where that heat's coming from.
So maybe that's actually kind of what's providing that heat. Is that? Oh, that's very nice though. I like that. Again, almost. I can't call this one refreshing though because it's really drying out the middle of my tongue.
No, it's definitely not refreshing.
Quite a bit, but I like it.
But it has a nice balance of flavors. I expected to find a little more of the pumpkin or yam in there somewhere.
Yeah, like I said, I wanted a little more punch from the body.
And maybe that's just laying down a nice foundation.
Perhaps.
I don't know. But yeah, there's not that. But I like that heat, especially right now, winter, cold, 70 degrees in Arizona in January.
Yeah, exactly.
But that appeals to me more probably this time of year than it would, say, in 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you just because of that finish.
But I could go maybe nice with some. I wonder, would you pair that? Probably wouldn't picture like Leslie's Christmas Eve stew.
Well, it's making me super hungry right now.
Right. Well, of course. That was delicious, but it's always delicious. I think you maybe want something a little more refreshing with that stew than this.
Yeah, I don't think this would be a good
because sometimes you can put spice on spice, match. You can go that way, but I don't think this would go with that. But would go with,
for some reason, it's kind of, I'm not exactly sure what I would put that with.
Maybe just by itself as an appetizer.
Yeah, it could be. It's what we eat when we're hungry to get more hungry. And as always, it seems like several of these beers from collaborations with Stone or whatever in this series, they've been at that lower alcohol. This one's also only 5%, which I think you did mention. But
what was the price on that? For the
was $3.49.
Okay.
So highly sessionable if you want, to drink yourself under the table for like $100.
If you, extremely sessionable if you're a very wealthy man.
If you're a very wealthy
person. Yes.
Right. Exactly.
Speaking of wealthy, there's a wealth of beverage knowledge to be found at aboutbeverages.com. Is that what you were going for?
That's very true. I like that.
Yes,
that's good.
You can be wealthy.
That's true.
You can be awash in beverage knowledge. If you, go ahead and check out our website, aboutbeverages.com. We've got, some new things popping up every week and some more new and exciting things we've got planned for the rest of the year as well. We intend to actually get back to an actual full-length podcast, or 20 to 30 minute, where we take on a topic as opposed to just taking on one particular item, which is fun, which we love. It's great.
Which is fun. We get good response to this too.
They're a lot easier to plan. We just show up, hey, let's try this. The other ones we actually have to do research, and actually, not that you don't do research for these, but there's more involved. We actually have to plan things out. You need sound effects for how we get to the tasting room.
That's right, exactly. So, sound effects, that's just like straight up audio I record with my phone. That's us actually getting there. Don't break the
sorry.
Break the illusion.
Well, we need to record the sound. Yes,
yeah, there you go.
It's getting there.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but head on over there. Lots of fun things going on. Andrew's he's a technical cyber wizard.
Wow.
Yes.
Now you've gone too far.
Making it happen.
But whether we like it or not,
you should give it a spicy shot.